Hi, I'm Professor Mike Strahan, the librarian for the School of Clinical Sciences, which includes radiography, speech, language hearing, and clinical laboratory sciences. I am also the library liaison and the nursing librarian for the School of Nursing. In this video, I'm going to show you how to search for information about a medical condition or a disease, and we're going to be searching in a database called UpToDate. It's a wonderful resource. The library recently acquired it here at Northern Michigan University, and we really encourage you to use it. It is very simple to use. It's very powerful. When you first get into it, you'll be prompted to create an account. We urge you to create an account. The screens that you will see, I've already created an account, so you won't see that, but I do have directions and I will point that out to you. So the first thing we are going to do is we're going to start from the CLS library guide. And so let me click on share here. And we're starting from the guide. There should be a link to this guide inside of your EduCat course. And UpToDate is located over here. We click on the tab. If you have any questions, you need to get a hold of me. If this box is open, the live chat box like it's shown here, then you can live chat me. If you don't see this box, you can email me. You can also post a question in the library forum. And for those of you that are available on campus, you can also click on this link. It'll show you where I am available during the week. So we're going to access UpToDate. I do have an advanced tutorial that the publisher provides. We're not going to go through that. You can go through that yourself. And like I indicate here, we encourage you to create an account. It'll only take a few minutes, and it'll also allow you to use the app that UpToDate provides on your phone or other mobile device. And that's wonderful because it also, a few years ago, they activated voice interaction. So it works really well. So let's click on the link to UpToDate. Keep in mind, you always want to use our links to our databases. Even databases like PubMed, which are usually free, but it gives you that partnership, that connection that Northern has with these databases because it'll allow you to retrieve information. So the cool thing about UpToDate is that it consists of different parts, and I've outlined them here. So it has a drug interactions database, it has a drug information database, it has some other components to it that we recently acquired, including pathways to help you with decision support and also lab interpretation monographs. So we click on the UpToDate link. Regardless of where you are, whether you're on campus, off campus, using internet available through Northern's LTE, which is Wi-Fi throughout the Upper Peninsula of Michigan, or if you are using an alternative internet provider such as Spectrum or some of the other things that are out there, all of you will be prompted to log into this database. So click on Access Database. It's a two-step process for this resource. Click on Regular Login, then log in through the Library Web Services page. And like I said, because I already created an account, it brings me to this. I do have directions on how to create an account. It's so easy. I don't even provide a link to it anymore because you'll just fill out the information. You have to use your Northern email address, and it will send you an email to confirm that you are who you are, and then you'll be all set to go. Like I said, there's drug interactions, there's calculators on here, not like pocket calculators, but true calculators, like how to calculate BMI and things like that. There's also other contents. Um, there's lab interpretation information, the drug information. There's also patient education information here. So what we're going to do is we are going to look for articles about kidney stones. This is a full text, full image type of resource. It's all inclusive. This is the only place you're going to find this information. This is not an index or a database like PubMed is or PsycInfo is. Instead, this is a product all in itself. All of the entries in here on diseases are peer reviewed. The diseases, medical information about both prescription drugs and also over-the-counter drugs or natural homeopathic substances, they're all in here. So for example, I had a student who had asked about, they were having problems finding information about the medical value of cinnamon. And so I told her, use this database, use UpToDate. So we're going to look for kidney stones. And it's really good about suggesting things right away. I'm just going to go straight to the search. Note up here that you can limit your results. The default is all. You can also limit it to just kidney stones in adults, or we can look at entries that deal with kidney stones in children. If we want patient information, we can do that. If we want to jump to just graphics, we can do that. So the key point pops up first. They give you a diagnosis of it. They also walk you through other information, further evaluation, the pain control, the stone passage, confirming stone passage. It also makes a suggestion that if we want to look at diagnostic imaging, we can click on this link and it will take us to an article that is dealing with diagnosis and acute management of this condition. Other entries that are in here, we have kidney stones in adults. We also have evaluation with patient who already has stones, kidney stones in children, the acute management of that. The surgical management, the surgical treatment, if you can't pass them. Another article dealing with children, how to prevent it, kidney stones in adults. The statistics and risk factors. And we have even kidney stones during pregnancy. So we've got a fair number of results here, and you can also click on and show more. So what we're going to do is we're going to take the first one. And the suggestion here, because we were looking for, this is also to be used in a radiography course, RAD, and we're going to click on this link. These articles are extensive. Okay, just extensive here. It gives you the authors up at the top, including their credentials. You don't have to worry about the editors when you're citing a reference to this. And oh, by the way, those of you that are in nursing, in radiography, in CLS, you're using APA style to cite your sources. I have examples on my APA guide, which is linked through the guide we have up here for how to cite different parts of UpToDate. So you definitely want to consult that. I believe I'm the only library guide to APA style in at least the United States that includes multiple examples of how to cite UpToDate. One of the wonderful things about this resource is that they update the literature review every month. So the references that appear at the end. This topic was last updated in May. They update all the entries at least once a year. This is the same resource that hospitals have that provide to their staff. It's either separately or integrated into their hospital system. This is also the same that doctors use. This isn't like a watered down version or a university version. This is the full production version subscription that we have. So you're looking at the same information that doctors are looking at, that professionals are looking at in the healthcare field. They have this wonderful outline over here on the left where you can jump to different parts of this. They give you the introduction, the etiology, the causes. They walk you through the clinical manifestations of it, how you evaluate for that. And part of the evaluation here is they have images. And if you notice, as I hovered over it, it will display a pop-up of that image. Plus, you can actually look at all these images. Looks like there's 17 graphics that are in here. So if I want to jump to the diagnostic imaging section, then I can look at each of these images, the algorithms that you use for diagnosing it, and also the images themselves. And they go through the details. There's wonderful details about, in this case, doing CT scans, other types of scans that they do MRIs. You'll also see that information in here. And in their subsequent evaluation, there's society guidelines, information just for patients, their summary and recommendations, and then they have all these graphics. So if we wanted to view their graphics that they provide, we've got the algorithms, then we've got the diagnostic images. Looks like they're primarily CT scans. And of course, you can click on them and make them larger. Go back to our topic. Now, this doesn't have a PDF icon to download it, but what you can do, this works very well. You click on the print icon, and instead of sending it to a printer, what we're going to do is we're going to tell it to print to PDF. And so I'm changing it from my printer to save as PDF. And I'm going to click on save. And if you notice, everything I talked about is here, including past the almost 100 references that appear, has all of the graphics, and almost full pages of the images. It all comes with this. I click on save. I have a folder here on my desktop for RAD articles. And I'm just going to tell it a little bit shorter. Kidney stones in adults, diagnosis and management. I like shorter file names, but also descriptive. Click on save. And we're all set to go. To go back, close out the print. If I want to go back to my results, I could just click on back. Actually, to where we left off. If I want to look further back at my results, brings me back to where I wanted to go. It keeps track of the history of everything that you viewed. Plus, you can look at the most viewed entries. You can bookmark entries. And by the way, if you go back and look at a topic, if any new information was published on that entry, on that article, it will include that. It'll have a little pop-up at the top at the beginning. And also, don't forget that all of the articles that are written in UpToDate information about diseases and conditions, these are all peer-reviewed, same as peer-reviewed journal articles are. So keep that in mind. If you have any questions, please reach out to me. I'm Professor Mike Strahan, librarian to the School of Clinical Sciences. Thank you.